Yo, and we back just like that. Um, Travis Hunter and his ex-fiance, I know everybody talking about it and saying what they got to say about it, but my thing is this, man. Um, Travis Hunter is young. And when you're young, you pretty much got in your own mind on what you like. And ain't nobody gonna be able to tell you nothing about the person or whatever it is that you like. Um, if you put yourself in Travis' shoes, you know, he always had people doubting him from as far as like if he could play on both sides of the ball, prove them wrong. People didn't think that he should have went to the HBCU at Jackson's, you know, when Deion was coaching at Jackson. He did, and it was successful over at Jackson. And then Deion went to Colorado. And, you know, a lot of people didn't think that would have probably been a smart decision. Prove them wrong again. So it's like when you're in the mindset of people saying one thing and then you staying focused in to what you focused on and you're not like really in tune to the outside noise and still becoming successful off from that, that can carry on as far as life decisions. Like, you know, the woman in his life right now is the woman that's, you know, has been around. And do it seem as if on the outside looking in, like she's the right person for him? No. But that's on the outside looking in. And always when you look at things on the outside, it's not always what it seems. Just because she may not smile and, you know, when the cameras are on, that don't mean that she don't like Travis, that she ain't really in tune and clocked into the relationship. You know, because a lot of times when you see the girl always smiling when the camera's on, them are the ones that really are not for that person. So you can't always let, you know, when cameras are on and whoever that, the significant other, whatever, whether they smiling or not, you can't determine whether that person's for them or not. Because it's always streaky. Because the ones that always smile when the camera's on may be the ones that just in it for the check. And the ones that are not smiling all the time when the camera's on, them can be the ones that really riding for them. Whoever their significant partner is. They just not up for the whole fake, you know, smiling for the camera thing. I mean, she may be a real one. So she may be the one for him. That's just like when you see somebody in public and just because somebody smiles at you doesn't mean that they're a good person. Just because they're smiling all the time doesn't mean that their heart is set in the right place. Because we all heard the song before. They smiling in your face, whole time they want to take your place. They're backstabbers. And we can reword that song around, you know, just because they smiling in your face the whole time they want to see you replaced. They don't always want to take your place. They want to see you replaced. They don't want to see you in a position that you're in. So they want to distract you. The devil want to distract you by the smile given to show that, okay, like I'm on your side. And then bam, knife to the back. So she could be the one that's for him. And everybody, you know, you can't basic think your way into having this whole checkerboard mentality of just because what you see on the outside ain't always what it is. This man know this woman better than anybody in the media that's saying that she may not be for him. I mean, he know her better than anybody that's giving their opinion on their relationship. So I think Travis is smart enough to know what he's doing. But do she, you know, present herself the way she's supposed to present herself when she's by his side? No. And that could fall into her being a real one. She doesn't know how to go through the, you know, when the put on a fake smile if she don't want to smile, like, or when to stand up and do all this. This whole thing is new to her. So I feel like people should give her a little patience. And I don't want to be the one that's just, saying all these things, to try to take her side. It ain't about that. I know what it feels like to have people judge based off of just because they don't see you smiling all the time. It may seem like, okay, that person's not happy. That's not true. Just because a smile isn't showing on the outside doesn't mean that the smile isn't showing in the inside. Just because you ain't able to see it on the outside don't mean that that person is not happy. It's because we've been trained to think that way. And you have to break that way of thinking, because it's not always the case. She could be really happy with him, but that's just her face, because she don't just smile just to be smiling for no reason. Because like I said, this whole thing is new. Maybe she'll learn and decide that she wants to put up a smile for the cameras one day, because she's still young. Or maybe not. Maybe she's just going to just keep it true. But I wish Travis nothing but much success. And I'm not going to be the one to, tell him or give an opinion on what he should do. Life is the best, is your best teacher. You can have a million people saying what you should do, but only you know what's best for you. And only life is going to be able to teach you valuable pinpoints and moments of whether it be a relationship that's no longer, whatever falls and pits or whatever stumbles that you have across, life is your best teacher. So sometimes you have to go through things in order to learn. And it'll make you better, it'll make you stronger. By somebody telling you what you shouldn't do, as far as like a relationship, you can't listen to that. You got to be able to go through it on your own so you can be able to learn from that situation and become the best person out of that situation. It's going to hurt. Because relationships, it's a motherfucker. But it's going to hurt, but it's going to make you better. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you wiser. So, with that whole situation, that's how he's taken about it. That's how he's approaching it. That's how he's been approaching it. So he's strong-minded enough to not, entertain and let things like that get to him. Is what I'm seeing so far, is what it looks like. But the thing that I want Travis to know is that, when you leave that college level and you go to the pros, it's only going to be amplified. It's only going to get that much more of people lending opinions and what they feel, how they feel about you or whatever it is or whoever it is that's attached to you, whether it's a girlfriend or whatever. It's only going to get worse if you let things get to you, if you feel like everything deserves a response. Now, I get it that you may got time now because y'all only got one more bowl game left and you on to the draft, the NFL. So if you got time, cool. You got time to just say what you got to say, get off your chest, cool. But what about when you don't have time? Are you going to be strong enough to not be able to let others' opinions that don't know a damn thing about anything about what's going on in the inside of your crib, is you going to let it get to you? Is you going to be able to ignore it? Or is you going to be the one in the locker room right before the game looking at your Instagram, seeing what they're saying about you? And trying to respond back to everything and everybody before you go out there and play. You got to be able to know how to, knowing when and when not to entertain the bullshit. You got to be able to have control of yourself. But at the same time, not let it get to you. But if you have time, say, fuck it, I got a little time, so let me just play. But at the same time, in your mind, you knowing that you're strong enough to not let no one's opinions on what they feel about, how they feel about what you got going on, distract you from the goal. Because just because you get into the NFL, yeah, that's part of the goal. But the real goal is knowing that you're there, but still being consistent and getting better and not getting relaxed. Not getting relaxed to to the point that where you feel like, okay, I'm at this level now, I can chill. Not ever being in that mindset of ever having to feel like, okay, I'm where I'm supposed to be, so the only thing I gotta do now is just play football. You have to grow mentally off the field, stronger off the field, because there's gonna be a lot more coming at you off the field than it is on the field. Are you gonna be able to deal with the outside on top of learning the plays, playing both sides, if they, however they which way that's gonna go, if that goes to that point. Because the only way I feel like Travis can play both sides is if he get drafted with Shedeur to the Raiders. That's the only team I feel like that I'll be able to let him get away with playing both sides. Is if he was Shedeur in the league and they on the Raiders. So, well, my whole thought is just, don't settle. Love who you love, and when you love that person, knowing that whatever it is or whoever that got opinion of y'all, you're not letting it get to you, because the person that you with is not the person you settled with. That's the person that you really want to be with. And it's always one side of the coin when it comes down to it. That's a scary thing about relationships. It's always one side of the coin. And you probably wondering what I mean by when I say one side of the coin. Like, it's always one person who care about the other more than the other care about them. Whether it's the man caring more about the woman than the woman caring about him, or the woman caring more about the man than the man care about her. And it's like, damn, why can't both parties ever care just as much for the same, for each person? And that's the gamble that I'm not ready to take again. That's why if you strong enough, man, to be focused and to not, be in a relationship, if you could afford it, or however which way it floats, if you're strong enough and you happy enough in the inside to take the time to be selfish enough to be to yourself and not be in a relationship, it can be a dangerous thing, because once you get a taste of that feeling of peace and that therapy and just moving how the way you want to move and not having nobody stress you out and just being that peace, so you can just focus on you. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. And it's like a high that you don't want to come off of. And once you do, let's just say if you do meet somebody, it's like, okay. And you coming off the high, and it's like you start thinking again of how peaceful it was when you didn't have to deal with none of the bullshit that come with relationships. And I don't want to say bullshit, because, things are worth it when it comes down to the right person, but you just get to thinking. Now, I don't want no woman to see this video, because I don't want women to think like that. This is just for the fellas. Because they think, because there's too many women out here already thinking like, with that masculine, thought process that they shouldn't have. What I mean by that, it just how the way, certain women move. But can you really blame them when there's so many dudes out here who acting feminine? But that's it, and that's all. I'll let y'all in the next video. Sensei Reality TV, like the video, subscribe to the channel. One love. Peace.